Ping, 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 ping. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of the supplement. We got a lot in store, so I'm not going to take too much time before the episode starts. Just remember, nothing that is said is financial advice. Let's get over to the show. We're going to bring on PJ and Andrew. All right. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Happy Saturday.
All is well.
Everything's lovely. Yes, everything is good. Everything is going really well. A lot of stuff happening, and I think it seems like every show that we do, there's some sort of pivotal moment that's either just about to happen, or just happened, or just about to happen. So, how you guys been? What you guys been up to?
Yeah. All good, bros. So just as normal, just trading Forex. Been working with the 5%ers, which are a prop firm, and by far the best prop firm I've worked with. You still hit the 10% target, but they give you a bit more realistic time frame. Yeah. So just to share. So we done it, guys. Yeah.
Congratulations.
We got up to level 2. We got it. So great stuff. So really looking forward to the next challenge and just scaling up. And it's just a really good platform to work with. So on this next challenge now, there is no time limit. So, but I have to hit 10%. So I'm just gonna take it slow, take it steady, and looking at say 1% return a week over 10 weeks. I'm on to the next level. I double up. So I've worked it out. By the end of the year, just looking at my notice board, then by the end of the year, we should be on a significant amount of trading capital for Signature FX. So it's been a really, really good month. So happy days from me.
Yeah, well done. Nice. Well, congratulations. For anybody who's unfamiliar with prop firms, I think we are planning to do a specific show on prop firms themselves, but you're basically getting capital to trade, and effectively you are a full-time trader for a hedge fund or for an investing firm. So well done, Andrew. Very well done. Sign of good things to come, and I think it's great to see the hard work paying off. Yeah. And I think everybody could kind of take notice that it's not going to come easy, but with discipline and dedication, you can get there. You just keep going.
And definitely patience.
And you've tried a few of them, right, Andrew? And you had mentioned this is by far the best you've had so far.
For sure. So I worked with FTMO, actually passed the challenge there. But with FTMO, you have to hit 10% within calendar month. So what's that? It's probably 17 trading days. If you take out the high risk news, and to achieve 10% in that amount of time, it's really hard work. And towards the end of the challenge, I found myself actually gambling on the US 30. Okay, I got through it. I got funded, but it just wasn't for me. That's not the way I like to trade. I like to just sit, watch the market, and take the trade when I think it's right. But with FTMO, we can actually see, the clock's ticking down, and if you don't hit the target, you have to go back to the very start. So for me, just didn't suit my trading style. Now, I know there's people out there, hitting 2, 3, 4% a week, and that's great. It suits them down to the ground. But for me, I've learned over the years that 1% a week, over say 46 weeks now, taking up your vacation. For anything above 40% return within a year, that's really fantastic and solid trading. So that's where I'm at. I'm just taking my time, 1% a week, probably 1 or 2 trades a week. Seem to be synced up with gold at the moment. Just seems to be my favorite trading pair. So it's going really well. So it may continue.
I think I'm getting a few my ducks in a row, and then I'm putting it off. But I seeing you inspires me to want to try it as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it's doable.
About your story.
Just find your style, and just keep it simple. That's my advice to anyone who's watching when you're trading. So I've made every mistake. I've bought every indicator, I've bought every EA. I've probably bought too many courses from like fake traders. I've made all the mistakes, and just take your time. Yeah, if you can do 1% a week, you're probably better than most of the traders out there. So that's my advice on today's show.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think 1% is doable. Yeah.
With regards to capital, what is the what are the stages and dollar amounts that the capital they offer?
So up to $4 million US dollars.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So
Nice. That's nice.
You can make a living off of that.
I'll get by, But yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say to people. That's why the 1% a week is so important, because you just think about this over a year. You could be trading up to maybe $500,000, $1 million for somebody, and that's a game changer when you get there. And yeah, why wouldn't you want to do it? And why wouldn't you take your time? Why wouldn't you just go for the 1%?
Exactly.
Yeah, and like I say, anyone who's watching, if you want any advice with prop firms, reach out to myself. All our details are on the YouTube channel. But yeah, guys, I'm waiting for you two now. You're next. You're up. Yeah, but just find one or two pairs. You don't have to go scanning 20, 30 pairs. So for me, it's just gold. Yeah, I think this month now, this challenge, 75% of my trades have all been gold, big trades.
Yeah.
So,
I think narrowing your focus is key. And also, one thing I found was whenever you're doing a challenge, you kind of go into like Jedi mode, where that's your priority. You still have your day-to-day things, but I think it does take a lot of energy and a lot of focus. So you have to be in the mind frame to do it, and you've done it.
Yeah. So for me as well, the more I sit in front of the charts, more pairs I look at, you start seeing things that are not there. You start seeing trades that don't exist. Then that's when you start gambling. You start looking at what your strategy is, and maybe you're jumping in a trade. For me, maybe 2 or 3 steps before your strategy, says to pull the trigger. So I just think it's good to focus. Yeah, 1 or 2 pairs. Look at the chart. Is it lining up to your strategy? If not, go away, go for a walk. Send an email. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. Definitely need to do a prop firm show, like dedicated show, maybe like a few shows from beginning to end.
I'm hoping on the next blueprint, I won't say any names, but we have a very successful prop firm trader that may be joining us. So I spoke to him this morning, and it'd be great if we can get him on the show. Extremely down to earth, very humble, very highly thought of with the 5%ers as well. So I'm hoping for the next blueprint we can get him on, and that'll be great. Then we can really make that like the prop firm show, and talk about his experience. So it'll be good.
I think that'll be perfect timing too, when we do the next show. I do want to just quickly mention our sponsors, Orchid Nail Spa. They will be giving a free treatment to the person who wins the competition a little later. So just type #SFX in the chat window to be entered. PJ, how have you been doing? What have you been up to, and how's life been treating you?
At this point in time, I've just been observing, man. I haven't been as active as I would like to be. Day-to-day challenges are kind of restricted that, but no, I'm definitely looking forward to this next upcoming few weeks, and I think it's going to be very promising. You got Biden's executive order that's coming out soon. I think that's going to be very positive for crypto. So just got my fingers crossed, and staying observing what's things to come.
Yeah. No, you have to keep your ear to the ground, and I think the 3 of us use technicals, and we also use data kind of in tandem together. And one of the things I like is just having the ability to communicate. So we have the WhatsApp groups where we're sending messages if something catches our eye. And I think both PJ and Andrew, you guys have posted quite a lot in the WhatsApp group that has come true, or that have been things that you can look back on and say, Oh yeah, I was looking at this. I mean, one example would be a gold, where Andrew was focusing on gold. I think PJ and I were thinking gold was going to be a lot higher this year. So now looking back at like what our targets were, and
Yeah.
you got to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good.
Yeah.
So
Nobody has a crystal ball, and
yeah,
sometimes it takes a different perspective to sort of see things out, and
yeah,
that's why, like you said, it's great to communicate so that things that you may not have thought of, or I may not have thought of. Andrew's got it spot on. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
grateful for the group. I think it helps a lot of people. Few people's hit me up lately. I'm not sure if you noticed. A few
Yeah.
people added to the group, and it's just been it's been a pleasure to see, like, the communication and interaction within the groups really popping off.
yeah,
No, it's been great, and I'm always thankful to the group, because sometimes we get some really good information sent through that probably I've missed. As you guys know, I don't follow the news, don't follow fundamentals, just look at the chart, and I heavily rely on Mandela to post any high impact news that's coming out, and payroll and things like that. But for me, I'm not don't really follow the news. It's really good when somebody in the group posts something that I missed. So yes, it's been good. Just want quickly go back to gold. So for the next show, I'm going to do my own show. I got some sound bites of Mandela. Yeah.
oh boy,
Calling me out on gold. So I'm looking forward to playing them. But
yeah,
talking of letting people know about something. So Lunk, guys, I think I called that back when it collapsed. When was that? Back in April, May. I haven't got the date in front of me, but I got in when it was next to nothing. It's nothing now, but I mean it was on its ass. So got in, and we've scooped up a good few million of Lunken to see. I think to see it, putting about 4 or 5 times up in value from where we got in. So it's fantastic. Yeah, it's dipped today, and I expect that. And that's the markets, isn't it? They move up and down on sentiment, and I just think we're really well positioned with Lunk at the moment. And just want to quickly just share my screen, if that's okay, Mandela.
yeah. Of course, go for it. Just there we go.
Okay, yeah. So just been looking here at Terra Classic, Lunk. So an exciting time. So what's happening? Some of the crypto exchanges are actually doing a 1.2 tax of burning some of the quantity of Lunk, and we should see that pushing the price up. Of course, we've got the Lunk optimists and Lunk moon boys, and some of the gains they say are crazy. But what I would say is, being crypto, you just never know what's going to happen. So with me, I will never give you. I would never say Bitcoin to 100k, because it's never been to 100k. That's pure speculation. Yeah, that's an estimate, and that's not how I trade. Now, if you say Bitcoin back to 60, 70,000 of its all-time high, I could get on board with that. Then once it gets to that price, you'll see, the FOMO money come in. People are afraid to miss out. They'll jump in, they push the price up, and then we get the retracement. It's probably going to be the same with Lunk. But the only thing I would be positive about Lunk is it has broken, above $1, $2, $3. It's probably going to take years and years to get back to that. But I wouldn't be surprised, if Lunk does give it a little push, even if it got up to 1 cent. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's been there before. It has what I call it, price and commodities. They have like a muscle memory, and they can get back to their all-time highs, but they can all. And on the reverse side, they can get back to their all-time lows. So just going back to it, got some people predicting the price, and it's really optimistic. But 2030, saying Lunk could be trading as low as $1.93. Guys, if that happens, I'm buying us all a castle to live in. It's going to be great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm quite doubtful. We just never know with crypto what's around the corner. So that's the good news with Lunk. The bad news is that Binance have restricted deposits and withdrawal of Lunk. So here it is. Yeah, and so yes, with every good there's a bad. But what I would say is, if Lunk continues to drop, we're talking. We are talking it's not even a penny stock; it's a micro penny stock. So I'll be on to you guys to get back in, buy some, and we got nothing to lose. So that's me, guys. So yeah, I've been looking at Lunk and I've been trading gold on Forex, and I suppose the next thing I'm going to be probably looking at next month now is what's going on with XRP. But I'm going to leave that to our resident expert, PJ.
Yeah. Nice segue. Smooth.
nice little layup, man.
Yeah. I like
right
that.
now, well, just looking at price action right now. Let me see if I can show. Actually, I wouldn't worry about it because it's pretty much just been hovering around. We had a little pop the other day. I would say when did it start? Around yeah, actually just after the passing of the monarch, and seems like it had a bit of a rally, as with all other cryptos. But yeah, right now I think a few fundamental catalysts might be in play over the next week or two. And one of them is Biden's executive order. Apparently, this executive order has some beneficial, I guess, policies that will be for crypto. I think it might have something that involves who is going to be the regulator of crypto. Will it be the SEC? Will it be the CFTC? And I think there's a lot of speculation around that, and sometimes when you have a lot of speculation over an event, sometimes things rise in anticipation of that event. Not to say it can't pull back afterwards, but I think we all should keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So for me, I'm just glad to see it's broken 33 cents because it was just like Groundhog Day, wasn't it? It was just hovered over 33 for so long. But just looking at the chart you've posted there, and maybe we'll talk about this in a bit more detail later. But I don't know, guys. To be honest, it just seems to me it's consolidating, isn't it? It's
it's in a range.
Yeah, it's definitely in a range, and wouldn't be surprised to see it at 33 on Monday or Sunday nights open. To be honest, on forex markets. So,
if it pops and breaks through 40, I think it's a good chance we go on a rally leading up into November.
That'd be brilliant. And again, I'll talk about XRP. So that's seen $3. So that muscle memory, that all-time high is there, and there's no reason. Well, there's many reasons, but we can't get back to that price. And I just think the more we keep seeing this cashless society, the more we keep seeing pay contactless, more I keep seeing these limits getting raised at the cash points. And I keep seeing XRP, being affiliated with some big banks, and it could be a challenge to Swift. And it's interesting times. It's going to be really good.
Yeah. I get enthusiastic when XRP is being talked about, and you said it's affiliated with some banks. I would like to add that it's not. There's definitely a bit of a downplay. You've got Bank of England, you've got Bank of International Settlements, you've got Santander. I think all the major players are looking to utilize this protocol once everything gets clear. I think nobody wants to be the first bank to sort of utilize it without any sort of regulation, but everybody's going to try to be second. So that's what I feel is one of the most exciting points about this particular company, and what it's trying to accomplish is never been done before. And you mentioned the price action reaching $3 and change before, and I like to also highlight that was retail investors that pushed it up that high, not utility purposes that pushed it up that high. It's really, really, really something I think everybody should just have a little piece of.
Yeah, agreed. And for me, it's obvious today that we are going cashless. It's happening now, isn't it? So we went from the paper notes, going to the plastic notes. I can see it's just going more to a debit card, and I think we could be something like XRP. Not saying it, could that be the baseline for the digital dollar, the electric euro? Because definitely that's the way we're going to go for sure. And there's still places now here in the UK that are not accepting cash due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is crazy. People before
plays right into the
that's all people
scenario,
wanted.
right?
Yeah, before COVID, cash was king. That's all people wanted. But now, it's totally changed people's opinion. Of physical money. It hasn't changed mine, but majority of people, that's what they're looking to do. And just an example, and it's not ideal, but walking around some of the big towns in the UK, we got people, saying things like the big issue, or they're asking for money, and the amount of people I'm just listening, the amount of people I hear saying I have no change, because everyone, you pay by your mobile phone, Apple Pay, Google Pay, or you're paying by your credit card. So we've seen a significant change in the use of cash really quickly as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw some ads being posted before of, I'm not sure which bank it came from, or may have been the Central Bank of England, but they had mentioned 50 pound notes and 20 pound notes will be out of circulation or not be accepted by the end of this month. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's some of the older notes while they transfer over to like the new plastic, more higher secure note. But cash is people are just not using cash as much, and like I say, I am quite observant on, like, when I'm walking on the streets, on shops, and everyone's paying by their mobile phone, and this is the way the future is going to be.
I think COVID did help fast forward that a bit, speed that along. And I think digital assets are perfectly placed, whether it's altcoins or government coins. I think that's the next frontier for sure.
So before we go to this digital currency, the West will have to all be aligned on what platform they're going to use. I'm sure America, being the dollar being the base for so long and being so strong for all these years, I'm sure America will want to be a major player in that. But I'm pretty, quite positive. People like Japan and Europe as well. They'll want to give that strength back to America. I'm sure they want their own currency, to have a bit of weight behind it. So it's going to be really interesting times when we see this transition, from paper money to the digital currency. But you heard it here first. It's going to happen. We definitely go digital for sure. Yeah. But I do have a few concerns about that. Maybe not here, maybe for our tinfoil FX group, but but what happens if we don't? I'm worried if you don't agree with the narrative. If you tweet something that may be seen in the wrong light, or build cancel culture, does that mean your wallet gets frozen? Until you're a good boy. So, but we can have that discussion offline, guys.
Absolutely. John McAfee, before he had passed, he was a big proponent of privacy coins, and for that very reason, he was, hesitant about jumping on board with, I guess, the CBDCs entirely. I think he was one that said, if what a crisis was to ever happen, certain entities could, freeze your assets, and you don't have as much control as if you had it in cash or whatever. So, those things that I keep in mind as well. I know I read an article sometime this week where they had mentioned how China is now looking to accept, Russia's looking to accept their rubles for exchange for natural gas or trade with China. And the yuan has an increase in value globally as well for trade. So it seems like a lot of these countries are de-dollarizing themselves, so it's going to be interesting how things play out.
Yeah, I did say before the show, trying to stay away from politics and things, but it does fall into what we do with finance. And would the US allow that to happen? We know through history, there's been some countries who try to stop trading in the dollar for gold and oil. It didn't really end well for them. So it's interesting times, but I think there will be like a currency race on. Russia, China, and the West. Who can get that digital currency out first? Who can be the base currency? But I strongly fancy the USA to win that. For sure. I can't see them allowing like the petrodollar, the dollar base to go. It's just not going to happen. But back to some of the comments about being decentralized and having some privacy coins. It's not going to work because you could have 100 Bitcoin, yeah. But what happens is if the government, or if all the banks say, take us off your exchange, take the dollar off the exchange, take the euro off the exchange, take the pound off the exchange, what are you going to do with your Bitcoin? What are you going to trade it for? Because it becomes worthless because the bills we have now, everything we pay for, it's in dollars, pounds, or dollars. Yeah. So I might have 100 Bitcoin. It's worth X amount of dollars, and that X amount of dollars is what I'll use within the marketplace that I exist. And so it is a tricky one what you do. But I'll just be honest. I don't want to be negative, but I can't see people beat it. Not going to beat the banks.
I think in that scenario you would have to be savvy with tech, and they have those decentralized exchanges and stuff, and maybe you would have to do jump through a few hoops to be able to clear that and get some sort of value from that Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But what point I'm trying to make is that value it's $1, isn't it? That's what you're after, because that's what we spend. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting times.
Yeah, so, we have a couple comments in the chat. Just as we move it right along, we got a couple messages here from Lauren Kemp. So reminder, hashtag SFX if you want a free spot treatment. PJ and I got our nails did, as they say. I don't know if they say that anymore, but
no, I don't say that.
At least you don't tell anybody, right?
Yeah.
No, great spot, Orchid Nail Spa, sponsoring our show today. And if you want to get a free treatment for yourself or for your partner or for your friend, just put hashtag SFX. Renato's enjoying the show. We got a question here. This is quality. How often are your shows, and can you talk about CPI? So I'm going to talk about CPI in a little bit. After we get through some of these messages, that's something that's coming up on Tuesday that I think a lot of traders are gearing up for. So SFX from Paul, Half 8 Bermuda says, morning gents, morning to you, Half. Keep posting in the groups. Half likes his options. He's been doing really well with some of his options in the savvy community. A question from Orchid Nails, but how long do you think we will see changes from? Oh, so she's referring to the Queen. I don't know if you guys want to kind of take this one. I can pass it over to you.
So it depends on the changes. So we are going to see, I think it's 12 days of national mourning for the Queen of the UK. And I think like all the football games today been cancelled, all Premier League and all of Scotland. So that's a massive loss in revenue today. And also I think some of the shops are going to be closing and maybe go into the Sunday hours of 10 till 4 as a mark of respect. So we're seeing changes immediately. With regards to finance, I just think it's going to be as we are. And I think, as we introduce new banknotes, etc., I think, obviously Charles now being the head of state for the UK, and we'll start seeing him appearing on some of the notes. What I would say, I go back to digital currency. This could be, maybe a good time for the Bank of England to start printing less. Start taking money out of circulation and introduce that digital pound.
Well, I think a part of that. I think I saw something where they had mentioned part of that. What was it, Operation London Bridge or something like that? They had mentioned how King Charles's image will start to be circulating on the notes and stuff, and so I don't know if these CBDCs will be like this snap of a finger. It would be nice, you know what I mean, because on the back end, the protocol that's going to be running all these things are, are favored. But But yeah, I definitely think next 6 months will be extremely interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
What I would say as well, obviously, when we've mentioned Queen of the UK, so of course, it's somebody's mother, grandmother, and so I think sincere effects of condolences, to her families. You just like to say that?
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing, for saying that, Andrew. It is a sensitive subject, I think, for everybody. But we knew it was going to come up, and that's what this show is all about. We're not going to talk politics, but we're just going to talk from the heart and let everybody know what we're seeing from our experience. Actually, one thing, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, people who are watching the show is the supplement really is just us three getting together and we're just having a chit chat. We're talking about the news and things we talk about in private on WhatsApp throughout the week. We're just bringing it to you. And the idea of the comments is, is for you guys to join in. If there's anything you want us to talk about, or if there's anything that you've picked up on in the week, let us know and please share.
Yeah, well done. Perfectly said. So I didn't address this first question, which is how often are our shows? We would love to do a show every day. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But we've gotten to the point where it's kind of one a month ish. But I do think we're going to try and do a few shows in between as well. If you guys like the shows, share it, and that will also help us to produce more shows just like this. DJ Ibreeze, one of my favorite DJs in Bermuda, he's locked and loaded. He's in the WhatsApp groups. So thank you for tuning in this Saturday morning. Jermaine as well. He was one of the winners for the Savvy Investors competition. So he's throwing his hat into the ring as well as half. So I mean, I can just touch on CPI really quickly as I look at the clock and realize that we're moving. So the most important thing for next week, I think, is the inflation number. At least the first thing for the week is the inflation number. And I had prepared a graphic. It's basically the price of items compared to last month that we're looking at, and I think. Let's see, just bear with me for once. Here we go. So this is the textbook definition of CPI. I'm going to look at the year-over-year number. Some people look at the core, some people look at the month-over-month, but I'm going to focus on the year-over-year. So last month, we ended up having an 8.5% increase. There was a forecast of 8.7. And the previous was 9.1. So this kind of shows you where we've come from and where we were at the last announcement. And the next announcement is going to be taking place on Tuesday at 9:30 Bermuda time. So that's 1:30 UK and 8:30 New York City. And it's arguable that we're peaking here. We could kind of tend to see maybe a lower CPI number coming into Tuesday, and I think the reaction from the market is expected to be very positive if the number is lower than expected. What happens usually is if inflation is higher than expected, that means that the Federal Reserve will more likely increase rates to try and fight it. And then inversely, if inflation is better than expected, there's a greater chance that the Federal Reserve will eventually ease their hiking. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible, but the forecast for Tuesday is 8.7. And I think what we're trying to see is what will that number be going forward. The only other thing I was going to say was when you're trading, you're trying to find opportunities where there's going to be large swings. So whether the markets go up, and when I'm talking about markets, I'm talking about the general, your average index. If it's a positive day or the market's interpreted as a positive event, then usually you'll get like a 2% or more move in the upward direction. But the main point is, don't necessarily think that because the news is good that the markets are going to go up. You just have to be very nimble. You have to be prepared to kind of trade what you see. And I think that's one of the things over time that I've kind of learned is I could think that I have all the ducks lined up, all the stars aligned, and then all of a sudden it's the exact opposite of what makes sense to me and the general consensus. So yeah, just being prepared for trading what is actually happening, and trying not to let your ego take over, and just try and prove yourself right. I think one of the worst things that you could do is to let a loser become a massive loser. Yeah. Let a small loser become a massive loser.
Yeah.
Stick to your plan.
Yeah.
So just one of the questions I've just picked up now is there's two questions. But first of all, so what are you trading next week? So guys, you get in next week. I think you're long on Bitcoin, Mandela. Is that right? Or?
Yes. So I am long on Bitcoin now. I was going to wait for Bitcoin during the side bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this present time, I am long Bitcoin. I got a long just under 19,000. So as long as we continue higher, I'm looking to buy more on pullbacks. I want to try and ride this out. I do think that we could be going a lot higher. We could talk. You guys want to just go over to chat and charts really quick?
Might as well, because you got my interest in just from mentioning.
Yeah, here we go. There we go. Chat and charts. Everybody's been waiting for this. All right. So this is the Bitcoin chart. So I have the side bet up for Bitcoin. I was up here. I thought Bitcoin was going to be above 22K. Andrew said below. And this was the finish line. So Andrew won. And sure enough, we're almost back up there, a month or so later. But yeah, I just want to say congratulations, Andrew. I'm combining all the segments into one thing. But anyway, so I was actually short for the side bet. I was long for the side bet, and to hedge myself, because I've been losing all the side bets, I decided to put a short on Bitcoin. And that ended up playing out really well. I think from now on, whenever I'm on one side for the side bet, I'm going to actually put my money to work on the opposite side, because that seems to be making a difference. And then the only other thing I think we can say about Bitcoin is where we're going to go from now. I think it looks kind of like we had a bit of a bottom back in June, and we've kind of respected that last week into the whole Queen passing, and we've gotten some really negative news, crypto negative news from the Fed, and it's starting to move up. And it's always a red flag for me when you get bad news and prices move up and they just ignore it. Yeah. So I mean, early days, but I would say if we continue higher, I'm gonna hold on to my buy. I don't know what you guys are looking at.
So 22,000 will be a resistance point that you feel is a pivot point for you. If it breaks out through 22,000, you think the trend will be switched and more on the bullish side?
Yeah, I think 22,000 is a round number. I can pull up my other levels as well, but just in terms of just a round number, I do think 22,000 you're likely to have a lot of orders placed around there. It is the next sort of looks like the next sort of key level, at least in the next few days. If we can break through 22,000 after CPI on Tuesday, and we hold above here going into Wednesday and Thursday, I think that's a good sign that we could have seen a nice sort of support to lean off of. So I would definitely lean on 22 as support if we can break through it. That's my opinion. I know there's a lot of different opinions that could be controversial as well, because I was short about a week ago. Yeah. So I mean, I'm interested in you guys' thoughts as well. That's what this show is all about.
Yeah, the first thing is you're entitled to change your mind. That's trading. The market moves up, down, sideways. So you can't be rigid that if you're bullish or bearish that you can't change your mind. You got to change your mind, and here you got to go with the institute. You got to go with the price. for sure. And if you don't, we go back to that whole thing about ego, and your ego will never beat the markets. The markets will always win. Yes, you have to follow the markets. So for me, I think we could be bullish up to 24k, and I just see us. But again, I just see Bitcoin in a range. Just quickly share. Quickly share this chart with you, and it's marked out quite nicely.
Okay, let me grab it. Is that one?
Yeah, it's that one.
Right,
so
cool.
you can see, if you just look here, we're just in a range, and we're in between. Seem to be stuck in between 19 and 24. So that's a lot of dollars to play with, mind. If you zoom in on the H1, H4, there's lots of opportunity to make some money. But yeah, for me, it's ranging quite nicely. I do see support around. Let me quickly do this. Around here. 1 second. Yeah, so sorry, I do see some resistance around 21.5, 21.6.
Yep.
If we get through that, we could be up to 24. And 24 we reevaluate, or we could hit 21.6. We could be back down to 19. So there's definitely some opportunities. And what you can do, you've got this range here. And just really quickly, just want to show people something you can do. So just go into a H4 and just move that out. Yeah, so you can see then you've got a lot more action here.
Yep.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to, then you can actually insert the fibs. Yeah, in between these two levels, you can just start trading then from there. So
yeah.
So for me, Bitcoin, yes, it's great. It's looking pretty good. I'm not trading crypto. I'm not really got my opinions on it, but I'm not trading it. I'm not taking any options trades on Binance or anything like that either. Just but yeah, I just want to quickly go on to what Paul was saying while you're trading. So for me, I'm trading gold, and I'm looking to sell on tomorrow's open. So it's probably Monday open for you guys, but for me, it's 11 p.m. tomorrow UK time. And yeah, so the gold is hovering just below the 200 SMA on a H2, and I expect.
I'm sorry, gold. Every time you mention gold, I'm like, come on, can it just do something already?
So
Give me a break.
I'm expecting it to drop down, but I'm probably looking to take about 1,000 points out of the market. So it's on 1770 now, probably going to short it to 1707. And once we break above the 200 SMA, I'll be looking then for long positions on gold going forward. But 200 SMA is going to act as big resistance level, so I can see us bouncing off that a few times before we get some news that comfortably push us through that. And once we do, then just reevaluate and get the supports, resistance in, start trading the levels up. So end of the year, guys, gold could be looking quite positive, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a love-hate relationship with gold for me as well. And I see Andrew posting it, and I'm like, okay, let me just watch from the sidelines for now. I did pick up a long gold position Tuesday because I felt like it's been a while since I had any gold. And I just felt like it started to look like it was a no-brainer. This was a call of the year for me and PJ up here, and it basically ignored everything that we said, and it's being very disrespectful to me and PJ, quite frankly. It looks like these lows from March 2021 is where we're kind of testing and heading towards. But the reason I picked it up was because I felt like if we were higher at the end of the year, I would have wished that I would have gotten some. And also the chat in the group, the Forex group, Andrew was trading it quite heavily and focusing on it. But I mean, PJ, I think if you and I agree that this is probably one that we can walk away from, it's not going to be this high.
Yeah, absolutely. I think where the level it's at now looks like some significant support, and at the top of this that range there, it seems like some serious resistance there. A lot of selling pressure there. So maybe it could continue. Maybe it might need some significant catalysts. Hopefully not in the form of any sort of disaster or something like that. But those type of things I feel would be a catalyst for it to rise. And at this point, let's just hope it ranges, and you can make some good calls from those ranges. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. The only other thing I think for gold could be what's happening with the geopolitical as well, and inflation. Like that story, I would think would be good for gold. It just hasn't been yet. So we'll see. I wanted to just quickly tiptoe back to Bitcoin because I have the monthly chart. And the reason why I'm holding on to this long, hopefully it continues higher, is because we're not even really near. This is the first key resistance from a monthly, and it's all the way up at just on like 30K. So we have a ways to go to get to 30K. I'm not saying we're going to get to 30K in the next week, but that's where my confidence is coming from. That's where I feel like we're bumbling around here, and I think the path of least resistance is up, and I'm more longer term on this one. So I'm going to be buying on dips, and whenever I see a Bitcoin crash day in the next month or so, I'm going to be trying to buy some more. I think ultimately, like Andrew said, we could be heading back up to the all-time highs, but maybe that's 12 months from now, maybe that's 24 months from now. You never know, right?
Yeah. But looking at the size of those candles, it does have the ability to sort of, make up ground in a short time frame or in a month. So, maybe 1 month's worth of price action could take you back to that 30,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like it's really respecting that support for now. It always does until it doesn't, right? So
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Just being able to adjust, which is, I think, one of the themes for this show. The next item, just quickly moving right along. I think we wanted to do can we do the side bet officially? Because I think it's definitely one of those things where I just want to rip off the band-aid, and I don't want to have to spread it out too long. So here we go. Well, I think officially congratulating Andrew. I think he's done what he needed to do. Here we go.
Prince Andrew.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. So I can dedicate this to Baby Yoda behind me. Without his support, we wouldn't have got where we're at.
So why is he use external forces to win?
Yeah.
No, thanks very much. Been that was good. But the side bet, it's just a bit of fun between us. And, it's just pure speculation. Again, it's just guesswork, 50-50 there, and
right. Somebody's got to pick one or the other. So
all I'm gonna say is when I come to Bermuda, come to me with the casino, and you'll be all right. We do okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think if anything, I am a good negative indicator. So whatever I pick, everybody should feel comfortable going the opposite way, because that just seems to be the trend anyway. I have where is it here? So we have this one, and then I have the official score. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't want my children to see this. It's like completely, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. No, guys. So it's on to the next. So it's you versus PJ next. Is that right?
I think so. I mean, did we say first to 4? I thought we said first to 4. Was that it?
Yeah. So he's out of 6, wasn't it? So you can't even draw now. So it could be. So I think next time it's going to be you guys and PJ. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Next up is the community competition. So we actually had a really exciting community competition for last month. We ended up doing over versus under the S&P, and the winners ended up being, let's see here. Yeah, so this was the team under one, and it was S&P over and under 4,350. So I want to say congratulations to all the winners for that competition, and thank you for all the participants. We have a quick word from some of the winners, and let's have a listen to them now.
Coming in hot. Yo. Mr. Photo.
I just want to say thank you to Signature FX for running an amazing group. It's definitely been one of the best groups that I've been involved with when it comes to investments. And thank you for the gift card.
Morning, Mandela. Thank you very much for the gift card, mates. Much appreciated. Have a class weekend, bro.
Hi, Johnny here. Thank you, Signature FX, for the Amazon gift card.
Hey guys, Kevin McGeever here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Mandela and Signature FX for investing in the community and their very generous gift cards for all the winners of the latest competition. You guys are awesome. Love what you do. Love the groups and always learning. So much appreciated. Keep up the good work.
Everybody day. I'm coming in hot.
Congratulations. It doesn't get enough airplay, and I want to shout out Mr. Photogenic, the singer, the artist on that. He's doing a lot of big things in Bermuda.
Yeah, I went to his comedy. Well, he was hosting a comedy show. Oh, we were both
yeah,
there.
I saw you there during the intermission. So yeah. So
yeah.
funny story about him. I know we're supposed to be talking about the winners, but they already have their Amazon gift card, so they're good. What happened with Photogenic? He calls me up like a week before the comedy show, and I'm like, okay, here, I don't want to say anything that he's gonna say on air. I don't want to give him any material, but he had a coin called Velociraptor. This is the guy who has coming in hot for anybody who's outside of Bermuda. He says, look, Mandela, I've got this Velociraptor coin. I've got 3 billion of them. And it's showing me that my balance is like, I think it's like over $300,000 right now. I want to cash it out. How do I do it? I can't get it out. So I was on the phone with him. This was one night. And so we looked at his wallet. He had a trust wallet, and he couldn't get the coins off his trust wallet into his Pancake Swap. And in the end, I think we did some searching on some forums. And I think the moral of this story is just being aware of a lot of sort of shady coins out there, right? But no, great guy. Unfortunately, I couldn't get him his $300,000 as much as I would have liked to. I was gonna ask him for like 1% commission for helping him. So it was in my interest to help him too. We did try for about just over 2 hours or so.
Man.
Yeah, and it would be nice to get him on the show too, because he has some other coins.
Yeah,
he also has, I think, a great mind. He's a funny guy, but is also quite intelligent. He's very smart. So I think before the end of the year, he said he'd like to jump on the show too.
Yeah. Nice.
Comedy show. There was a guy from the UK who came over. His name's the White Yardie. Was he on
Yeah.
that show?
That's who we had. Yeah, that was the show. That was the show.
He's brilliant,
Yeah, he's really good. Did you see it, Andrew? Did you check it?
No, I follow the guy on social media, and
Yeah,
I followed him for years, and he's brilliant. He's quite funny. So
that's where I heard him. I heard of him through, I think, Instagram.
yeah.
Well,
I've been following him like you, Andrew, for years on YouTube, and he had those little Instagram shorts and stuff like that, and yeah, his hilarious, very relatable. It's hilarious. Is a somebody I think is going to do well in the comedy scene, and if he keeps it up,
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, before we lose people, I wanted to just quickly do the draw, and then we can get ready to wrap it up. So last call for anybody to please post SFX into the group. We got some people laughing, watching. Shout out again to Orchid Nail Spa, who's going to be providing this gift to whoever wins. So let's see. Final call, hashtag SFX to get your name into the draw. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. So it's going to be a mini pedicure treatment going to Mark Smith. Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah, there's gonna be some well-groomed men in Bermuda.
I think one of those Google searches, which country has the best groomed men? It's gonna be Bermuda.
So when I touch down, I better bring my A game. Like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
You
can't bring your claws here.
Yeah. I'm actually due a spa. I won a competition a few weeks back. So I can't wait. So I'll be looking my Sunday best, no doubt. But no, guys, it's been a good show as always. Good to catch up. Live on air and just like I said, air our views, what we've been up to. But yeah,
I can't believe you didn't mention the Ethereum merge or anything like that.
I have notes on that. You wanna mention it?
No. Well, I thought Andrew was more an Ethereum enthusiast, or no, not so much.
No, I just saying to Mandela in the week is I don't know. I got some reserves about crypto at the moment. There's something playing in the back of my mind about cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'm a little bit doubtful on it. I've got my holdings. Am I looking to get in more? Probably not. I started mining Bitcoin back in 2017. If you remember, I set that little operation up. But but yeah, I just read in the comments. No, for crypto, I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more research and dig a little bit deeper. But I've just been a little bit spooked the last week or two with cryptocurrency and what's going to happen with it. And I'll go into that more detail probably on the next show. I've got what I got, and obviously, got some silly holdings in some of the altcoins, but yeah, something's just not sitting right to me, and I can't put my finger on it yet. I will. I'm gonna start doing a deep dive now in the week, and I'll feed back to you there.
Yeah, I do remember you reaching out to me, and yeah, you were saying, your gut's telling you something, and I think it's always good to listen to your gut. Even if you decide later down the line you want to get back in.
Yeah, I'm in crypto. Don't get me wrong, but am I looking to extend? Probably not. I'm probably looking to get into a physical asset like something like silver. Is something for sure I've been looking at.
Silver's been a favorite of mine as well, and I think one of the things that had interested me about silver was that, well, one, the price is much cheaper per ounce than gold, and the expectancy of it, once it does hit a little bit of pop, the gold will be almost considered for like royalty, and silver will be like the I don't know what to call them, what class of people, but it'll be like the noblemen, like they will be. I don't know. I just feel like silver is something that is not really considered much value, but I think most of the silver that's out of ground gets utilized, right? Whereas gold does get used through tech and stuff, but I think silver might have a higher demand for it. So
yeah, so for me, I'm going to start looking into renewable energies and what we're using. So I know right now there's big projects going on in like the DRC, Guinea, and places like that. Yeah, I know some work going on, up in Canada for these renewables. So I just need to dig a bit deeper, and I'm going to start looking into them. So never thought I would be active in the Savvy group. Yeah, normally it's just the Forex group and crypto for me. Yeah. But with crypto, I've got what I got. It's going to do what it needs to do. I think XRP, I think that's got. I see that has potential for what it can offer. The monetary system. Bitcoin, again, it's going to do supply and demand. And how much people want it. But yeah, I'm going to start looking into renewables and what's actually going into like these EVs. What we're going to start looking at. From an alternative to gas and oil, because we got some massive pressures due to the conflict in the Ukraine. So, but I'll let you know in a week. But I'll do a bit of research why crypto is it's not my top three at the moment.
I mean, I think there's a lot to be said for tangible things like real assets, things that we need to survive, things that we use on a daily basis. And the way I look at it is kind of diversifying a bit. So having some of a little bit of everything, I guess, or a little bit of something. But I do also think that there is a very high risk when it comes to digital assets. I don't think all of them are going to be successful. They can't. So I think your gut feeling is justified for sure.
Yeah, I think, like I said, mining since 2017, been collecting, cryptos. It's going on 2022 now. We'll see. I think for me now it's time to diversify and look into other income streams. And for me, I think that could be towards the asking the savvy guys for a bit of support. What they're looking at going forward.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what the group is for. I'm glad you mentioned the group, because I feel like it's hard to do all this trade and investing, learning on your own. Yes. So being able to have a soundboard or a space that you can ask a question and not feel stupid, or have somebody flag something for you and say, hey, Andrew, I know you were looking into oil or gold or silver. Check out this new silver company that's going to IPO next week or something like that. I think is invaluable a lot of times.
Yeah.
The only other thing I think we had was the wise words of wisdom. So not to put you guys on the spot, but I can go first. And then you guys can fight over who goes third.
I don't know.
So for me, I think I'm gonna take the contrarian view. So my wise words of wisdom is the time to buy an asset is when fear is at its peak, and that's counterintuitive and sometimes very difficult to do. But when you feel like there's no way it can go down anymore, chances are you're probably seeing something close to a good buying opportunity. So just, I guess it goes back to the whole, when everybody is buying, you should be selling. When everybody's selling, you should be buying. And I guess that feeling that you have sometimes, it's good to listen to it. So you have to kind of think, am I going to be okay with this trade tomorrow when I wake up? Am I going to be glad that I put it on? Am I going to be able to sleep okay tonight? And just being true to yourself, because what works for me and PJ and Andrew, it's not necessarily going to work for you. So just listening to yourself and being true to yourself.
Thanks, Mandela. Pete, do you want to
go? I'll mention a few things that I'm just observing. So, a lot of people especially in this conversation earlier, we mentioned about risky assets. And I would say, don't be afraid to invest in risky assets. Invest what you can sort of afford to lose, but still practice risk management. But more so, if you're going on a whim, learn as much as you can about that particular asset group, and that will help mitigate the risk. So, for me, I'm an enthusiastic digital asset investor, and I feel like for me to drop any money in there now, I wasn't always like this, but you would really need to pick through the burns of the companies that you're looking to get involved in. Sometimes we use YouTube as a information source, and we have to remember sometimes these people are incentivized to promote certain coins. But if you dig deep, if you stay on it, it will definitely be rewarding. So just keep that in mind.
Thank you, Pete. Yeah, well said. Very well said. Andrew, do you want to finish this up?
Yeah, so guys, I got this book for us, yeah?
Jedi Mind.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for this moment actually to read this. I can see me doing a YouTube channel just reading from this book. Okay, so who should we go for? Oh, actually, here we go. Waiting from Ahsoka Tano, one of my favorite characters from Star Wars Rebel and the Clone Wars. I know it's hard, but you have to be patient. It's great, guys. It's great advice. Yeah, and I'll just elaborate on that. Yeah, so trading, anything you trade in, for me, it's mostly Forex. It's extremely hard. It's extremely frustrating, but patience wins. Yeah, so don't rush into your trades. Don't overtrade. Yeah, don't look for crazy, silly returns that you see people on Instagram post, which are false. You know, just yeah, patience is key. And if you have patience and if you have discipline, you're gonna win. And if you win, it's gonna change your life. So yeah, patience will win the game for you within trading.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
year two of trading would definitely be better than year one of trading, you know, and you would always improve. So yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah, but for everyone's in the chat, you must journal. You must write your trades down and write the reasons why you took the trades. When you look at the chart and you think, yeah, that candle closed with this wick, make a note. Yeah, that candle closed below this support resistance, make a note. And then if the trade wins, yeah, you're actually making yourself a blueprint of how to win. Yeah, you're actually, yeah, if you write it down, you know, it becomes reality a lot quicker. Because otherwise, when it comes to the next trade, if you haven't wrote down that winning formula, yeah, you're second guessing, you could have forgotten. So for myself, it's, yeah, did the price open below resistance or support or above? Yes. Yeah, did it do X, Y, and Z on an indicator? Yes. I just write it down, and then that's my blueprint. And then when it comes to the next trade, I can actually look at the questions I wrote down, tick them off, or give it a cross. If it gives it a cross, it's a red flag. I don't take the trade. So I'd encourage people to journal their trades, and maybe guys, we can have a chat offline. Maybe we can get some Signature FX journals to hand out some prizes to people as well.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best kept secrets, or one of the biggest secrets is being able to look back at your notes and improve. If you can improve 1% every day, then you will succeed. You will be a consistently profitable trader, and the journal is the key to being able to improve each day.
Yes, if you win a trade, if you write down the 5 points that made you win the trade, when it comes to your next trade, does that trade take those 5 points? If it does, take the trade. Okay, you might lose. Yeah, we need to stick to that winning formula. Yeah, that's the advice I give to people, because what happens sometimes is you win a trade, maybe you just forgotten something, and then you go and do something, go off on a tangent. Maybe you when you trade in a Fibonacci, and then on the next time, then you go and trade it on an SMA or a moving average. You just need to just find what works for you and trade that.
Yeah, I think. I'm glad you mentioned SMA, because I think there are people like ready to write down what is your 5 things, or what are your 10 things, and what's working for us is not necessarily going to work for you. So you need to find those things that work best for your lifestyle, your personality, your time frame, all those sorts of things, your temperament. I can give you 5 things, but if you're not going to follow them, then it's pointless. It's not going to help you any. So you kind of have to take that journey yourself and find those for yourself.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, talking about SMAs, just quickly, again, people who watch and people will watch this back. So I found the 200 SMA is great for trend and direction. Obviously below the 200, we're in downtrend. Above the 200, we're in uptrend. So simple, it's so basic, but it works. Yeah. So if anyone watching, if you're looking for which way the market's moving, just put a 200 SMA on your charts.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the simplest things are the best. You don't have to overcomplicate it. It's very easy to add 100 indicators. Just click add.
Which one do you use?
Yeah. I like Fibonacci on the bigger time frames, and I try and use the Fibonacci levels as support and resistance, because over time, it just seems to be for me. It seems to work.
Yeah, I think that's a great example of what works for one doesn't work for another. So I know you trade successfully with fibs. Obviously, I follow all your trading, and we know each other long enough. But for me, I couldn't really get to grips with the fibs. So for me, it was support and resistance levels. And when the price moves through one of those levels, I'm looking at the next level. So I'm a levels trader. Looking at breakouts. I just lost words. Before me, looking at a breakout of the vertical support, horizontal support resistance, things like that. But like fibs work really, really well for Mandela. It's a great way, to put your S&R levels in. So it's a great example. What works for one doesn't work for the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted to just mention that everybody who's watching our shows is appreciated. If you're interested in joining our communities, just reach out to us. Like PJ was saying, and Andrew also, we want to help people. We're kind of here to learn from one another. We're not perfect, right? We're still learning every day.
Every
But I
day's a
think
student day.
that's it. That's it. Every day is a learning experience. And a very special thank you to Orchid Nail Spa once again. They've really kind of taken the lead, and they've seen the potential of this show and our channel. And we just wanted to say thank you to Orchid Nail Spa. I do have a picture of me and PJ. I'm probably going to delete it after this. I know PJ did not get a warning that we're going to show this, but we did go. We did have a good time. Andrew is the next one. Andrew's going to be sitting in that chair right there.
I wish I had warning for seeing those legs. But,
Hope you're not eating anything at the moment, anybody.
We'll come back to the Orchid Nail Spa. It'd be great if they could send us maybe a video for our next show where we could actually showcase what they got, the facilities they got, what they're about. They'll be really happy to do that. And just looking at one of the comments from Orchid saying, "Come and get those toes sorted." I'm happy to, but I hope you got yourself like a hacksaw, a risk assessment, method statement, safety goggles. You're going to be in trouble. Yeah, there's some dangerous toes on my feet, so good luck with that.
Yeah. Hey, they are the best. They are the best. They are professionals. Reminder to anybody, if you are listening to this show and you want to watch it on YouTube, check us out on YouTube, Signature FX. If you're just watching us on YouTube and you want to listen to the audio version, we're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and Google Podcast. So take a listen to us. If you're interested in coming on the show, also reach out to us. I think we're always happy to have like-minded people sharing ideas. And Andrew did mention we have a very special guest coming up. I guess we can say more later on as we iron out the details. Yeah, but really looking forward to that. Did you guys have anything else before we wrap it up? Anything exciting? What are you doing for the next couple weeks?
I just live the most interesting life ever, so I'm just going to be trading at 1% a week. And,
nice. That's a good life.
Yeah, no, I'm just so focused now on getting through these challenges. I got some travels coming up, which might interrupt, but apart from that, that's it for me now. I'm really focused on this company, the 5%. They're really good. If you're looking at getting funded, if you're looking for a company that got realistic rules, I suggest you check them out. They're really good.
I will be doing just that.
How about you guys? What's the plans?
I got birthday plans for my little one, but other than that, I just like keeping updated with the news, man. And that way I can make informed decisions. It's been a platform that I've been considering getting on, called Glint. And I just need to do a bit more research on it. But I like the idea of having gold in an account that's assigned to me, that's protected, and all of that. And as a credit card that allows me to spend money or make purchases with my gold as my asset that it deducts from. I think it's a really interesting concept, and I think it might pick up and have a trend, and that's Glint.
Glint.
Yeah, GLINT.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out as well. I think it's all about sharing information. I think for me next week, I'm gonna be trying to make some moves or trade CPI. I personally like to trade when there's news coming out, usually after the news. So if markets kind of start shooting up after CPI, I may start to piggyback on that and ride the wave higher. And then next Friday is quad witching, and then the following Wednesday is the Federal Reserve. So kind of looking at those for opportunities in, I think it could move crypto as well. Family wise, sorry, go ahead.
When you said the following, what day is that?
The Fed is, I made a note up, September 21st. Yeah, 21st.
So like that week, I think is going to be a very interesting week because
Yeah.
I think that was close to the date where Joe Biden has his executive order,
Hmm.
and isn't the marriage or something supposed to happen sometime soon? I know it's been.
Yes, I had a note on that as well. I think it's supposed. I keep seeing like it's going to be the week of the 21st.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like that's what
yeah,
brought to my attention. I'm like, I think that is like a every might be on everybody's radar. So you might
yeah,
get a lot of volatility during that week. Hopefully,
yeah,
upside.
yeah.
Well, it
I
doesn't,
think.
matter, but
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think if you are like a shorter term minded trader, I think it provides a lot of opportunities. It looks like Orchid Spa says Glint is interesting, so that's what it's all about. I'm gonna actually check that out also, and I'm gonna go sit down and do some research on the 5%ers.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
guys,
that's
worth a look, guys. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it, everybody. Oh, one last thing. I think we should start making preparations for the 2023 bit games. I know there have been a few people who asked about it. Towards the end of this year, we can start looking at when we want to do it. I think probably the first 3 months of, or first couple months of next year. Andrew, are you going to be up for it? Are you down? Are you in? Are you planning to jump in? No, not this time. Okay. I know PJ beat me last time. My wife beat me last time. Everybody beat me last time. Um, but I think it's a great opportunity to get some, simulated trading out of your system. And the way I do it, I just go crazy risk and I get all of that like high risk out of my body so that for my real accounts, I'm able to,
more
trade
sensible.
patiently. Yes. It's like all these things bubbling up inside and I just need to let them out. And the big games is a perfect outlet. So,
That's good. Agreed.
yeah. All right, guys. We'll leave it there for now. Next show, Blueprint, and we'll
Yeah,
let
and
people know.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Take care,
All right.
everybody.
All right.
Thanks, guys. See you
All
Cheers,
right.
soon.
mate.
Bye bye.
See you later. Bye.